They're small, but don't underestimate them. They're cute, but don't touch them. And they are killers. Welcome back to Animal Wonders. I'm here with a very special guest. Today we get to learn all about mongooses, the snake hunters. There are 35 species of mongoose ranging in size from the dwarf mongoose that's about this big to the largest one called the lion mongoose that gets to be about this big. All the mongooses are found in the Old World tropics. That's Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. There are more species of mongooses in Africa than anywhere else, but they've been introduced to other places like Florida, Hawaii, and Guam, where they can become invasive because they don't have any natural enemies in these places. There are lots of different kinds of mongooses, and many of them live in groups. In fact, some people consider them to be pests because they'll raid houses and even garbage cans in search of food. Some species are really good climbers, and some are great swimmers. But today we're going to focus on the species that are known as snake hunters. In India, there are several species of mongooses that hunt venomous snakes. They're often seen in rural areas where farmers leave out piles of grain that the mongooses will eat, and also where they have access to plenty of snakes. Indian snake hunters usually hunt during the day. They are active and curious, and will often approach humans to see what we're doing. They're so sure of themselves that they often aren't afraid of much larger animals. They do make really cute noises, though, so it's hard not to love them even if they're stealing your lunch. These little guys have a beautiful reflective layer in their eyes that makes them shine at night. It's called the tapetum lucidum and helps them gather more light for their eyes. You can actually see it in this picture here. See how there's a bright spot in the middle of his eye? That's the tapetum lucidum. Many nocturnal or crepuscular animals have them, including cats, raccoons, and deer. Animals that have this adaptation tend to be better hunters. Having better eyesight helps them catch their prey. And the animals that mongooses hunt also have this adaptation, making them easier to see. Mongoose are long-lived for their size. The average lifespan in the wild is about 12 years, but many live longer in captivity. When Rudyard Kipling wrote The Jungle Book, he based Mowgli's animal family on mongooses because they are known as very clever and independent animals, traits that are also reflected in the character of Mowgli. One reason that mongooses are such good snake hunters is that they are quick and agile. They can easily dodge the strikes of even the fastest snakes, and they can strike back with lightning-fast speed. Snakes aren't the only thing on the menu, though. Mongooses will happily eat just about anything, including mice, rats, birds, eggs, fruit, and insects. In fact, they are known to go after venomous snakes because they have thick, coarse fur that gives them some protection against bites. Even if they are bitten by a venomous snake, their bodies are so small that the venom doesn't always have time to take effect before the mongoose can fight its way free. The most famous battle between a snake hunter and a snake was between a mongoose and a cobra. Cobras are highly venomous and can spit their venom into the eyes of their prey. This is supposed to blind them so the cobra can strike with ease. But mongooses have a third eyelid called a nictitating membrane that protects them from incoming projectiles like venom, and also helps clean, moisten, and protect their eyes while they're busy exploring the world around them. This is another reason that mongooses are such good snake hunters. Now, there are several stories about mongooses disobeying their instincts and hunting down cobras even if they know they might not survive. But in reality, mongooses use their brains and avoid danger whenever possible. If a cobra spits venom at a mongoose, it will shake its head and run away instead of fighting. Also, mongooses are most active during the day, and cobras are mostly nocturnal, so they generally avoid each other anyway. The main reason mongooses are sometimes able to kill cobras is that cobras rely on camouflage and sneak up on their prey, while the mongoose relies on speed and agility. Since mongooses live in grassy areas, they benefit from being brown or gray so they can blend in with the tall grasses. Mongooses are smaller than cobras, which means they can move quickly without using a lot of energy. A large cobra can reach 7 meters in length, and they have to spend a lot of energy powering their large muscles. The mongoose's speed and maneuverability allows them to dodge the cobra's strikes, and eventually, the exhausted cobra becomes vulnerable. Then the mongoose delivers its fatal bite to the back of the neck, and the snake is finished off. The most famous story about a mongoose killing a snake comes from the Jungle Book. There's a battle between Rikki-Tikki-Tavi, a small Indian mongoose, and Nag, a huge black cobra. Now, this story is probably more fiction than reality because it's unlikely that a small mongoose would challenge such a large snake. But it's still a good story. Here's how it goes. Rikki-Tikki-Tavi had killed a large cobra and returned home to his burrow. He settled in for the night, but he soon heard the voice of Nag, the huge black cobra. Nag said that Rikki-Tikki-Tavi should prepare to die because now that his father was dead, Nag would seek revenge. Rikki-Tikki-Tavi knew that he couldn't win a fight with a snake of that size, so he waited until Nag approached his den, then he dashed outside and bit him. Nag writhed on the ground as he bled. As he tried to escape, he stumbled over his own body, which was already paralyzed from the bite. Finally, Nag stopped moving. Rikki-Tikki-Tavi had won. Now, even though mongooses are good snake hunters, they aren't successful every time. Sometimes they end up second best, and the snake ends up killing the mongoose. But these brave little creatures keep trying, and that's why we love them. If you want to hear more amazing animal stories, subscribe so you never miss an episode of Animal Wonders. And if you want even more animal adventures, check out our social media pages. All right, that's all for now. See you next time. Hi, my name is Animal. Do you want to come closer? I'm a animal. I can say hi. Hi, would you like to pet me? Now I'm a little shy, but you can give me a scratch. There's a treat. I love treats. I also love to explore. Come explore with me. Oh, it's so much fun to explore. We can play and have fun. Look how cute I am. It's so much fun to be a little guy. Look, I can be a little snake. I can slither and be sneaky, and I can pounce. Look, I got you. I'm a little snake charmer. Can you dance? Whoa.